Prepare to be shocked and frequently amused by the experiences that broke the pride of these police officers and demonstrated that even the bravest might be humbled by a veteran's unique set of abilities. Number 1. Sergeant Thompson and the surprising drill sergeant. Meet Sergeant Thompson, a seasoned policeman who believed he had encountered every difficulty. It was a chance encounter with a veteran that sent him back to boot camp. Sergeant Thompson was a respected leader noted for his strictness. He thought he had seen everything, but destiny had other plans for him. A military veteran. Pay attention, recruit. Give me 20 and drop. Sergeant Thomas was startled by the sudden order and his thoughts were racing as he sought to make sense of what was happening. Officer Thompson said, "I'm sorry, what do you believe to be?" An armed officer of the forces, a veteran. "You must follow my commands as I am your drill sergeant." Suddenly, Sergeant Thompson relived the tough days of basic training with a twist he never anticipated. Sergeant Thompson, "This is not possible." The military veteran tested Sergeant Thompson to the breaking point because of his extraordinary ability to recall boot camp events. Sergeant Thompson, How are you doing this?" With each obstacle in his path, Sergeant Thompson's confidence diminished and was eventually replaced with a growing respect for the veteran's capacity to take him back in time. A military veteran. Remember, officer, discipline and tenacity are essential in every circumstance. Number 2. The unexpected combat expert and Officer Jones. A memorable traffic stop happened during a routine patrol by Officer Jones. Officer Jones was renowned for having exceptional combat skills. He patrolled the streets with diligence. On a fateful day while on duty, he saw a car swerving through the traffic. Officer Jones, concerned for the safety and well-being of others, activated his siren and lights to signal the driver. As Officer Jones cautiously approached the vehicle, he noticed that the driver seemed agitated and anxious. He assessed the situation quickly, recognizing signs of potential trouble. He remained vigilant, using his training and experience to prepare for unexpected situations. As Officer Jones approached the driver's side window, he sensed something was wrong. He trembled as the driver struggled to present his vehicle and identification documents. Jones, who suspected that the driver was hiding something, maintained his composure and heightened alertness while he suspected the driver of concealing something. As soon as Jones became aware of a potential threat, he contacted backup and ensured additional officers would arrive. He knew his combat experience and quick thinking were invaluable for handling the situation. While he waited to be backed up, Jones began a conversation with the driver, trying to reduce tension. He was able to detect subtle deceptions with his trained eye. It increased his suspicions. He remained calm and maintained a friendly but authoritative demeanor while carefully extracting crucial information from the driver. Officer Jones's observations were shared with the team when the backup arrived. This allowed them to develop a strategy. They quickly apprehended him and discovered a cache hidden in the vehicle. The unexpected combat skills of Officer Jones, coupled with his unwavering commitment to duty, led to a successful result. Number 3. The Master of Disguise and Officer Wilson. Officer Wilson, a gifted investigator with an innate ability to read people, was placed against a former soldier with a penchant for disguising himself. Get ready for a surreal encounter that will put Officer Wilson's skills to the ultimate test. An officer questioning a suspect. Thanks to his keen senses, Officer Wilson has always been able to tell the truth from falsehoods, but he had no idea that the combat veteran he was dealing with was an expert at disguising himself. Officer Wilson was confused and doubted his judgment when the veteran changed entirely with just a flicker of a smile and a change of clothing. Officer Wilson remarked, "I thought I'd seen it all, but this is on another level." Officer Wilson's perceptions were tested and he was pushed to his limits by this veteran's chameleon-like capacity to adopt numerous identities. Number 4. The Camouflage Mastermind and Officer Smith. In the mysterious hide-and-seek, Officer Smith was confronted by a mastermind who had camouflaged himself, pushing his skills to their limit. Officer Smith, a man of unwavering resolve and renowned for his ability to solve problems, patrols city streets. A perplexing case involving an individual skilled at camouflage unfolded in front of him one day. There were reports about a mastermind that blended into the urban landscape and eluded capture, leaving authorities baffled. Officer Smith decided to solve this mystery and bring the elusive criminal to justice. With his keen instincts and extensive experience, Officer Smith began a relentless pursuit. He meticulously studied the patterns and analyzed previous incidents, gathering intelligence. The officer's insight and attention to detail allowed him to detect subtle clues and hidden patterns. He discovered that the mastermind had an uncanny talent for blending into different environments, making it nearly impossible to detect. Officer Smith developed a plan with perseverance and tenacity to defeat the hidden mastermind. He recruited the assistance of units skilled in tracking and Renaissance techniques. They strategized together to anticipate and exploit the mastermind's weaknesses. The chase took Officer Smith through an urban labyrinth, where each corner and shadow offered a hiding place. The mastermind exploited the environment, leaving only cryptic clues for Officer Smith. But Officer Smith's analytical skills and unwavering resolve proved invaluable. He solved the puzzle and uncovered the hidden tactics and patterns of the mastermind. In a fierce confrontation, Officer Smith's team finally cornered the mastermind. The arrest culminated in a complex game of hide-and-seek, in which Officer Smith's wits and resourcefulness worn out. Number 5. The tactical showdown involving Officer Martinez. Officer Martinez was well known for having a keen mind and being able to solve problems, but when he met a military veteran who had developed his strategic thinking during years of duty, he found himself up against a strong foe. An officer confronts a suspect who is a military veteran. He felt that this encounter would be unique as Officer Martinez drew near. The seasoned player exuded assurance as he challenged Martinez to a match of wits. "You can't outsmart me, Officer Martinez, sir. Make a gentle surrender." Officer Martinez said, "How did he figure out my scheme?" Number 6. Officer Brown and the Sniper in Stealth. Officer Brown was renowned for his acute observational abilities and keen eye. He came into being a military veteran who had mastered the art of stealth and marksmanship, yet it was humiliating when this encounter occurred. Officer Brown, he thought, had unrivaled attention to detail, but he had no idea that the adjacent veteran was about to put his perception and alertness to the test. The veteran watched Officer Brown's actions with fantastic patience and accuracy while avoiding detection. "No one can hide from me," Officer Brown declares with confidence. Officer Brown was taken aback when a paintball struck him from an obscure spot just as he relaxed his guard. Officer Brown said, "What just occurred now?" Number 7. The memorable obstacle course with Officer Ramirez. Officer Ramirez took great pleasure in his physical stamina and agility. However, he learned there was more to endurance than he had ever thought when encountering a military veteran. Officer Ramirez is shown completing an obstacle course in the scene. The former soldier put Officer Ramirez through a challenging obstacle course, pushing him to the edge. How is he doing this so effortlessly? Officer Ramirez wonders, gasping.